Company, Socky. Entrez-vous.
Good morning, Andy. Did you sleep well?
Yes, Nurse Todd, thank you. Socky had a little bit of a coughing fit and woke me up, but I was able to get back to sleep all right.
I hope you're not going to start with that Socky business when Dr. Baxter comes to check on you. This is something of a decisive opportunity for you, Andy. Dr. Baxter is an important man of this institution. I hope you realize the extent to which your behavior with him today can help or hinder your release.
You hear that, Socky? If we're good, they'll let us outside and go play with the grown-ups. Won't that be nice? Oh, come on, Sock. Don't be like that. We'll be good, won't we?
Now you gotta stop that, Andy. I'm serious. Dr. Baxter will be here shortly, and if he sees you talking to that stuffed monkey, it might spoil your chances. Let me have those sheets now.
What's this one like?
Oh, he seems qualified enough, I suppose. In addition to being the new chief of staff, he's also the head of the outpatient program, Andy. That's why you gotta be at your best.
Why hasn't he been by to check on us before?
Well, he's only been here about a month and a half. He's been very busy, learning our procedures and familiarizing himself with the books and staff.
Familiarizing himself? And what happened to that nice Dr. Gaminsky? Why hasn't he been by to see us?
Now, Andy, you were right there when he had the breakdown. I suppose he's resting somewhere.
Oh, that's too bad. We liked him, didn't we, Socky?
Look, Andy, I want to give you some advice. You're a smart boy. I don't think there's much wrong with you. And I've said as much to Dr. Baxter. But you are going to have to do your part. If you want to get out of here and soon, you're going to have to stop this Socky crap.
Did you hear that, Socky? Nurse Todd said a naughty word. Naughty, naughty, naughty.
Andy, you're going to blow it. Again. I don't know why you have to do this every time a new doctor comes to see you. You've been here 2 years now, and there's not a thing wrong with you. Well, it's out of my hands. I just wish that you would stop and think about what you're doing. It's such a waste. Now look, I may not be here much longer. There have been some changes in the way things are run and in the staff. I just don't want to see you get hurt when you might be better off.
Don't listen to her, Socky. We know what we're doing, don't we? You're the only one that understands me. Entrez-vous?
Well, hello, Andrew. Or do you prefer Andy?
Whatever makes you more comfortable.
Well, I heard the nurse refer to you as Andy, so I think that's what I'll call you.
And I'll call you Benjamin. Or do you prefer Benji?
Benjamin, but most everyone at the hospital calls me Dr. Baxter.
Socky says there are a few who call you Benji.
Who says?
Socky. Oh. Socky, Benji, Socky. There. Now that we're all best friends and everything, why don't you come sit down and we can hash it out and shoot the bull.
All right, thank you, Andy. I believe I will. I've heard some very encouraging things about you, Andy. Your progress is quite remarkable, especially considering your background. You pose no problems to the staff. They seem to like you. You're a model patient. I know there's been some trouble between you and a few of the doctors in the past, but nothing to worry about. Overall, your character is quite sound, and I like that.
Well, sir, the staff is to be commended. They're a great bunch, especially Nurse Todd. She's the cat's pajamas. Don't you think so, sir?
Nurse Todd, yes, is very professional indeed.
We like her best, don't we, Socky? Oh, Socky says he likes your tie.
I didn't know you had a little friend.
Didn't you read my file?
Well, not entirely, but there's nothing too wrong with having a little friend. We all talk to ourselves from time to time, even me.
Socky says he winks too, but he can't close his eyes.
That must get very tiring after a while, huh?
Well, you see, sir, The problem with not being able to close your eyes is that you see everything, all the time, even when you don't want to. Do you know what I mean, sir?
Well, I'm not sure exactly.
Well, that's because you're a grown-up and you can close your eyes.
Well, I don't believe I follow you, Andy.
Well, you see, sir, Socky sees all, so he knows all, and he can't keep a secret. So do you know what he does, sir?
What?
He tells all to me.
What do you mean?
He tells me everything, and I can hardly believe some of it. For instance, he's just told me he had wheat toast with orange marmalade for breakfast. Oh, and a cup of black coffee.
Oh, what? Why, yes, that's right. Did I spill something? Nurse Todd must have told you. But that's very clever, Andy.
What's that, Socky? He put something in his coffee. Whiskey! No, Socky, it can't be!
Why, that's not very amusing, Andy. Now, why don't you put your little friend away while we talk about your future?
Oh, no, sir. Socky gets angry if left out. He can be quite vengeful when he wants to be.
Oh, very well. Now, Andy, I have some news that might make you very happy.
Are we going to get to stay here forever?
Well, no, that wasn't exactly what I was going to tell you. Why? Would it make you happy to stay here?
Oh, yes, sir. Socky and I are very happy here. It's become our home, and there's no place like home, right, sir?
Yes, but this is not your home.
It is
Andy.
so, isn't it, Socky? Socky says it is, and Socky never lies. Only people lie.
Of course, this is your home for now, but you're getting better, and very soon you'll be able to go to your real home. Won't that make you happy?
Oh, no, sir. They mistreated me there. If you'd read my file, you'd see they're the reason I'm here. They lied to me and beat me. I don't want to go back, sir, ever.
Now, Andy, things have changed. Your parents are very nice people who care a great deal about you. I've met them. They're simple folk to be sure, but nice.
Oh, no, sir. You don't know them like I do. They're rotten through and through.
Now, Andy, they've changed. They've gotten counseling for their behavior. Give them a chance. You haven't seen them in a long time.
They're grown-ups. They never change.
Now, Andy, not all grown-ups are rotten. I think if you gave me a chance, you would like me.
Socky says he heard Nurse Randall call you Benji yesterday. He says you were being naughty with her.
What? Now, I will not stand for insolence, young man. Now, I hope you will change your attitude and begin to behave properly. I'm trying to help you. What's so funny?
Socky says you don't want to help us. He says you want to get rid of us. He says you were hired to get rid of all the poor crazies to make room for the rich crazies.
What? That's enough, Andrew. I don't know how you could possibly... I mean, that's absurd. How on earth could you possibly think up such a preposterous idea?
You were right, Socky. See how defensive he's being? He takes his orders from reading Miss Nigel, the founder. I bet she sweetened his salary.
Oh, that's not true.
Socky says it is, and I trust Socky. I don't trust you.
I don't know where you're getting your information, but it's a complete fabrication. In fact, I had to take a cut in pay to come here. I go where I'm needed.
Socky says you were fired from your last job. Something about getting caught with one of the nurses. And there you were yesterday with Nurse Randall, up to your old tricks again, eh? And you, a married man. I'm glad Nurse Todd didn't give in to you, even though you threatened her with her job.
I won't stand for this. I simply won't stand for it, Andy. This is all some silly gossip you've overheard. Your accusations are completely unfounded, and this is really a very poor joke. I'm extremely disappointed in you, Andrew. I had heard you were a well-mannered, good-natured young man, but I find your actions greatly disturbing, and I shall speak to the staff about your reports.
If there's any staff left.
What do you mean?
You know very well what I mean, sir. Socky says you fired 4 people since you've been here. 2 of them were nurses who wouldn't sleep with you. He says Miss Nigel told you to cut costs. He said she's a money-grubbing bitch and you're nothing but a lecherous administrative puppet.
I don't believe this. How could you possibly... Aha! I know what you're trying to do. You want me to think you're psychologically unsound. That's why you're saying all these horrible things. Well, that's very clever, Randy. Quite an imagination you've got there. But it's not going to work. I don't think there's a thing wrong with you, and I'm going to make sure that you are released as soon as possible.
We don't want to be released!
I'm afraid you have no choice in the matter, young man. All it takes is a signature and a phone call to your guardians.
But they don't care about us. They're just like you. They lie to us and cheat us. Just like you cheat the hospital by changing the ledger and making out checks to a special fund, the Dr. Baxter Fund.
Where did you hear that? Tell me, you little monster. No one could have seen me. I was very careful. Where did you hear that?
Socky told me.
You liar, you crazy goddamn liar. Now tell me, where did you find out about that? No one could have known. How did you find out?
Socky!
Tell me again.
Socky!
One more time.
Socky!
Oh.
No! No!
Now, once more, young man, before I lose my temper. Who told you about the books and Nurse Rendell and the rest? And if you say Socky again, I'll snap your neck and say that you attacked me. Now, how did you know?
Help! Help! Help!
Dr. Baxter! Dr. Baxter, stop!
What?
Stop!
Now you don't have any witnesses. You can't prove anything. You can't prove anything.
Are you okay, Andy?